wanted to get some lower doors for my 2020 XP4 Turbo, and decided to go with some Kemimoto off of Amazon doors. I got their metal ones, didn't really care for the fitment, not to mention they didn't really want to work with my bags, so decided to get their plastic ones, and they fit really nice. So I'll show you what they look like, and then as easy as the install is, I'll show you how to install them. So they come with a rubber seal, which is nice, and they fit just like OEM. I mean, they're replicas, but they fit great, you know. They work with door bags as they mount to the existing frame, so that's really nice. And then once you install them, you just gotta install or adjust the doors. Rear, I still need to adjust, I haven't done it yet, but I know I can get it better than that. So let's hop over to the other side and I'll show you how to install them. Alright, now my 20 came with the rear triangle pieces. I think the 19s do too, but maybe the previous models didn't, so I'm not going to be utilizing those triangle pieces. But yeah, so hold it up. You can see there's a couple slits in there. This, you grab these, there's nuts welded to the backside, and you just slide these in. Kind of hard to do one-handed, there we go. Okay, and then you can see that's where those bolts go. And now you can kind of see where the bracket goes. So now that we can see which bracket to use, you need to take off the plastic off of the back of the door. So you got 6 bolts, T25s. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, next get a couple bolts, nuts, and run them through. Then grab 2 more bolts and get them lined up for these mounting points. Okay, now I strongly recommend that you leave everything loose, so when you go to close it, you'll see it's way off, way off. So we're going to have to adjust the door as well as the latch, and maybe adjust the position of the lower door. So next we want to loosen up the 4 T40 bolts that are holding the door to the hinge, as well as the 2 T40 latch bolts. Okay, now that everything is loose, go ahead and latch it, and then you can adjust it where it needs to be. Remember, all the bolts are still loose, so you're just trying to get it into the position to where when you tighten it, it's where it needs to be. I think that's about where we need it. These nuts are at 13, by the way. Wrong, that's not a 13. And then while it's here, I like to try and tighten the latch, just so it doesn't move on you. And then go ahead and do the 4 door hinge bolts as well. Now, one thing I did have to do is it's in position as far as like front to back, but you need to more or less kind of bend it, I guess, bend or flex it, so that way it gets a nice tight seal up against the body. Kind of hard to show, but I pull on this while trying to push on the upper part as well, trying to get it to bow like that slightly. That way you can get your tighter fit and get that seal to actually do what it's supposed to do. And then next, go ahead and put those 6 bolts back on and install the outer door. Then reinstall those 6 T25 screws and you should be good to go. And time to install the rear and get the outer door adjusted. The rear's a lot easier. It's just got those 2 same insert style flanges with the nuts. Let that hang. Let it hang. And then grab your hardware and just install it, and then go through the same motions of loosening up those 4 bolts and adjusting the door as needed. So a couple things that I noticed right now for the rear is the adjustability of it. Now, I'm OCD and I want lines even, so got that. This isn't quite lining up, but then down here you got that corner that kind of wants to hit a little bit, and then coming up and it hits there. Now this is adjusted all the way up, so there's a couple other areas you can you got 3 T30 screws, and you can see I have the panel pushed up all the way. So the only other thing I can think of is to take these mounts and bend them down to try and help lift the whole thing up. So now I just tried to move the bottom piece further forward, and I got that part okay, but it's still touching up there, and now it's too far forward, it's touching right there. So yeah, looks like I'll just get a file and just shave that slightly, shave that corner slightly, and then push this side back just a little bit again. All better. I get some clearance. I end up shaving this part down just a smidge as well. But good to go. Just an update for the driver's side, much more smooth. I just adjusted the door and adjusted the 3 T30s and lifted that up, and it doesn't hit anywhere. So no filing on this side. Maybe I just needed to adjust the metal better on the other side. I don't know. But there you go. There you have it, folks. The installation of the Kemimoto lower doors for your XP4 RZR. Feel free to leave your comments down below as I'm getting into the whole YouTube and video editing thing. But I look forward to your guys' comments. Alright, thanks.